Welcome back to TalkBack. We are with Sheikh Rasheed Ahmed. Now, speaking of criticizing and speaking of the military, you've been on the record of late, especially about your, I guess you could call them compatriots yet opponents. You have been on the record regarding the PMLN, and you have gone on and said this is regarding the recent meeting of the Sharifs with,
I said this.
with the army chief.
I said this, I stand for that. One side, one way, you are saying that COD, Misaq-e-Jumhuriyat, early morning Misaq-e-Jumhuriyat, in afternoon Misaq-e-Jumhuriyat, on dinner Misaq. What you did? You are a double-standard people. Both the parties, People's Party and PMLN. The first day, Shahid Benazir Bhutto, when she agreed on COD, after a few days, she have contact with President Musharraf twice. Right? She met President Musharraf twice. I was the only man who was telling this. Even I was in a government part, I was telling the nation, look, gentlemen, this is a quarter-final, this is a final, and when this happened, I said the final, and I swear, I've been asked by the people, who's telling you? Who's leaking this information to you? And I was right. So the first week of probably our second week, they have broken this COD, and now the Shahbaz Sharif, not one time, thrice he met the chief.
Now, Sheikh Saab,
And
that's
when
fine.
I want to clear it, another thing, the distance between the both are, between the chief house and his house is very small.
Now, but Sheikh Saab, here you are, sitting here, a year and a half almost after the elections. Benazir is gone. There's a new dispensation in place. The Sharifs are on the up and up. And you're again going on the record saying, hey guys, ladies and gentlemen of Pakistan, listen up. Both the PPP and the PMLN have colluded or conspired to get into power or some sort of arrangement with the military. Now, this is against, as you said, the COD. This is against the very basic principles of what these two parties had agreed to do.
Yeah.
That's fine. But do you think you, Sheikh Rasheed Ahmed, are in a position to criticize anybody, least of all a politician, of working with the military, considering you just spent almost all of the last decade in power as a federal minister under the guise of military dictator and in the cabinet run by a military dictator?
What about them who've been born in the Jhula of General Ziaul-Haq and Ayub Khan and other people? Because, let me say,
Sheikh Saab, those guys are fine. They have their issues.
At that time,
They have their issues.
even I was President Musharraf, I was the first man when there was something wrong with the Chief Justice. If you remember, I was Information Minister, I said, this is wrong, gentlemen. This is against the etiquette. This behavior shouldn't be done with the Chief Justice. Nobody here has the courage to say this. And if I'm criticizing now to elected people, the reason is because 8 years people thought that they are men of principle. So do you mean that I shouldn't tell the people they are double-standard people? They are not what they are. What they are saying, this is not true. This is my moral, religious, political duty to tell the nation.
I understand that.
Do you think, let me say, do you think that I'll not say them they are corrupt, dishonest and sluggish leadership who are looted the money and they still have all their money in abroad, their families, their industries, their houses, even their kids, and they are ruling us? Are we slave? No, sir. We are here and we know what to say, when to say, and if somebody is feeling that, doesn't matter.
Okay. But how do you defend still? They are what they are. You've made your case clear.
Yeah.
But how do you defend yourself?
Do you think
Coming
if
to
I
power in the
supported,
last decade.
if I supported 5 years to the army rule, so I have no right to, do you want to say me this? Sorry, my English is not so accurate
Your
or
English
perfect.
is fantastic, Sheikh.
You know, I'm from Urdu medium, so sometimes I think that whether I'm not receiving properly or not, you want to say me, which I think, which I feel you want to say, because I supported President Musharraf, I was in a cabinet, so I have no right to...
No, not just that, Sheikh.
Yeah.
Not just that. If you want to talk in Urdu, we can talk
No,
in
no,
Urdu
no,
as
it's
well.
okay, no
But
problem.
here's the thing, right?
This is
Now
good
there's-
opportunity to
now-
improve my English.
Now there's news coming of General Musharraf, former President General Musharraf, coming back to Pakistan, right? There are rumors spreading slowly and gradually. At least two sources which we have researched indicate two very different developments. One development is that there is a committee on the cards. This committee is comprised of people like Chaudhry Shahbaz Hussain, Sher Afghan Niazi, and Amir Muqam to bring President Musharraf back and also to unify the PML, right? Short of Nawaz. Short of the Nawaz League, everybody else in the PML will unify. Evidently, you are also supposed to be a part of this effort.
Supposed to be. Let me clarify myself. Firstly, being a political worker, I'll advise Musharraf, and I have already advised 5-6 days before somebody comes to me, don't come in Pakistan. There are already so many problems. This is if he don't want to listen me, doesn't matter. And if he want to make some Muslim League, there are already so many. Muslim leagues are going to be united sooner or later. I don't know the time when.
Are you going to unite them?
Sir, I'm not such a big shot.
You are then effectively saying that President Musharraf, the former president, has made no efforts to contact you or any of these other three former parliamentarians at all.
I don't know about that three. I'm responsible by myself.
You're not
He
involved
did
in the
not.
reunification.
He did not contacted me,
Because-
neither I contacted him.
Because it's also been said that you are spearheading, you're his point man for his return, and that you've been funded heavily to plan his return.
No, I wish somebody should funded me. Please, do me a favor.
$1 million, they say.
If he give me 10 lakh rupees, somebody...
All right, hold that thought, Sheikh Saab. We're talking to Sheikh Rasheed Ahmed, the former Federal Minister of Information Broadcasting, Musharraf's point man during the last decade. Keep it here at TalkBack.